Hi guys, so this week's subject is what is your favourite opening scene to a movie ever made and why? Go on and describe it and stuff. And after that I'm going to reply to something that Tom said in his Wednesday video about religion because, everyone loves a good religious debate. But first, my answer is the movie Suckerpunch, starring Emily Browning. It's such a weird movie, and it's not particularly very good, but it's just very enjoyable. Like, those movies that are bad, but still really good at the same time. And the opening is her and her sister finding out that their mum has died. Their mum dies there and then. And it's all rainy, and it's about their stepdad. And he reads a will, and she's been left. The mum has left him nothing. It's all gone to the two daughters, and he gets really angry. So he decides to, get really, aggressive and stuff. And he locks the eldest daughter, played by Emily Browning, in her room, and through the keyhole she can see him going towards her younger sister's room. She gets really, really defensive and climbs out the window and runs up the stairs after she's gone outside, and she goes to his study and grabs his gun, and she walks up to him as he's about to go into this room, and as this little girl is staring up at this monster, Emily Browning just points the gun at him, and he laughs at her and then realises that she's being serious and starts to panic, and she shoots and she misses. She hits her sister instead, and she kills her sister. This isn't really spoiling anything because this all happens in like the first couple of minutes. There's like the whole backstory. And it was just so amazing. I mean, some of the camera angles in it, you can just see her eye looking through the keyhole, looking at this man, and the rain falling on her as she's climbing down the drain pipe, and the music in it is just phenomenal. To be honest, just watch it. I'm not going to do it justice. Me sitting here talking to you about one of the greatest opening scenes to a film ever is not going to do it justice. You have to see it because it's just really good. Just for the aesthetics of it, really. I said that really badly. Just look at it because it's so good. You can probably find it on YouTube somewhere. YouTube has everything. So that's my answer. It's the opening scene to Suckerpunch all the way up until the bit where the rain spells Suckerpunch on the window of the car that she is in, that is taking her to a mental asylum, where the rest of the story takes place. So that's the answer to that. Tom, you mentioned my video in the thing. The reason I talk about religion so much is because you ask me to, indirectly of course. You asked me what would I do if I was going to do this way, and one of the reasons I would choose to be the Pope because that is what I believe to be true. And what were we talking about last week? I can't even remember. But you started talking about the fact that your mum has received some really, lovely support from her church group. And that is great, and I'm not denying that religion does do some good in the world, but it's also done some obscene things, and people have committed horrific crimes in the name of their religion. And I'm not saying that people without religion haven't done bad things, but they never claim to do it in the name of their disbelief. It's always just a random act of violence. Whereas, things like the Crusades, and all these horrific things, 9/11, had to drag that one in there, didn't you? Are all done under the name of religion. And personally, coming back to your mum, shouldn't she receive support from human beings in general? If we're just being nice to make sure that we get into heaven, and if human beings are kind just to avoid the wrath of their God, I sort of worry about the state that this world is in. Surely we should be nice to people just because it's the nice, kind, right thing to do. And, I'm not, taking away from your mum's experience at all. I think it's great that she's recovering and, she's gotten better and stuff. But I don't think we should forgive religion all its obscenities just based on the couple of lives that have been made better by a couple of people in church, when really we should just be nice to people anyway. So that's the end of it. That's just my response to that, because, you know, that's what a collab channel is all about, right? Yeah. So that's the end. Bye.